I've reassigned that transponder number to him.
Which number?
The one it flagged up with.
Don't think it works.
Well, it flagged up when he crossed the line. That's why I know he changed the transponder.
Just hasn't worked up.
Well, I just said, I asked him via the PA if he changed his transponder, and I got the message back, yes.
No, that's hasn't worked up.
All right. Well, we'll see. He crossed the loop with it, and I've assigned it to him, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's the one that was in there that was broken.
It may be his original one, because it wasn't the one that has been running all day.
Yeah.
So. Rob Racy, if you can hear me, when you finish marshalling, can you come out here? 1479 263 8 and 10 is what I'm seeing at the moment.
5 not start.
No. I need to find out why. He didn't go out in round 4.
Okay, reminder from what I said previously, second leg of the A is on after this final that's running now. So second leg of the A next. Before then, we want the following people for trophies: Steve Brown, Richard Taylor, William White, Derek McCoskey and Luke Holdsworth, please. Over here at the commentary station.
And it's something I'm eating stroke drinking, which is causing the flare up. And I said to him, explain to me why I go to the loo 2 or 3 times first thing in the morning, which, you know, the bowels are more active overnight, so I can understand that.
Yep.
I said, but I have a cup of coffee for breakfast. I would probably go 2-3 hours and I have to go to the toilet again. I might have lunch, I might not, it makes no difference, and I have to go 2 or 3 times in the afternoon. You know, I have dinner and it goes off in the evening. Oh well, it's got to be something you're eating, so find out what it is. If I'm not eating anything, what's making it go, you know?
But that's maybe it, maybe you're not eating.
Well, I've tried everything. I've cut out bread, I've cut out... these guys have been... I asked them, I said, give me some lactose-free milk. You know?
So here we go then, A final leg number 2, off and away, and it's a good start now from Lee Martin and Bloomfield, and also Cockerell and Moss. So top 4 getting away as they head up round the left-hand sweeper over the torch fingers they go. So into the dump section for the first time, first, second, third and fourth, and of course Lee Martin taking the win in leg number 1. So Darren Bloomfield then all over that Yokomo of Lee Martin. They're running 1 and 2, which is where they started. We got Cockerell running 3 and Moss in 4. So just a couple of tenths then between Darren and Lee, as you can see, as they come down the straight. And Cockerell not too far behind in 3rd, and Moss. And there's a mistake from Bloomfield and from Cockerell. But Bloomfield is going to hang on to the 2 spot. But Moss is promoted into 3 now, with Cockerell dropping down to 4. Lee Martin stretching his lead out as Bloomfield, Moss and Cockerell running 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So the gap last time by was 1.5 seconds between Martin and Bloomfield. And of course, if it stays as it is, then Lee Martin will take the overall win today here in 2-wheel drive. So Bloomfield getting back into his rhythm now then, following the mistake a couple of laps ago. And the gap's 1.3. So Bloomfield then on the march, looking to get on the rear gearbox out of that Yokomo number 1 car of Lee Martin as he comes over the torch fingers, heading up towards the jumps now. So Bloomfield looks noticeably closer this time by. Into the last 3 minutes now. And the gap's just over a second now. So Bloomfield on the charge, gets away with it, over the double. He's going the right way. So that's going to drop him a couple of tenths. But there's still 2.5 minutes to go, so they're halfway then in this A final, leg number 2. Here comes race leader Lee Martin down the main straight now in the 1 car. Bloomfield in the Schumacher in the 2, and it's 1.2 is the gap. So Bloomfield on the charge, and Cockrell makes an error in 3rd. Moss is going to go by and take the 3rd spot from Tom. So Tom running 4th now. Looks if Yardy's running in the 5. Nathan Waters running 6. McGee 7. Collinson 8. Cragg 9. And Kevin Lee 10. Into the last 2 minutes, drivers. So 1st and 2nd going round the hairpin. Heading back up over the single now towards the left-hand sweeper. On the left-hand corner of this track, going over the fingers. 1st and 2nd. Bloomfield on the charge. 1:45 to go. Oh, and Lee gets it hooked up on the pipe, going over the second single, so going through the chicane. It's going to be Bloomfield taking it up now with 1.5 minutes to go. So Darren Bloomfield in the 2 car, the Schumacher. Going over the fingers now, Lee Martin in hot pursuit with the Yokomo. And Moss and Cockrell together on the track also, running 3rd and 4th. So here comes race leader Bloomfield. Lee Martin, the gap, 1.5. This time by. Into the last minute now, drivers. 1 minute to go. So it's Bloomfield then, heading over the fingers, back up into the first tabletop. On the down ramp, over the Rubit's tabletop, as is Martin, pushing hard now. They go through the chicane on the corner tabletop. Here they come. And there's 45 seconds to go. And it's less than a second now. So Lee Martin reeling in that Schumacher, the 2 car of Darren Bloomfield, as they head round the left-hand sweeper now. And there's 30 seconds to go. They're going to get through this one and one more. So here comes Lee Martin now, Darren Bloomfield over the singles, through the chicane he goes. Lee Martin now all over the rear gearbox as Bloomfield as they come to start their last lap now. So here they go, over the double. And Darren Bloomfield holding the line as he heads up. Lee catches the pipe. That's going to cost him a tenth or so. Darren Bloomfield heading around the sweeper now, dropping down over the fingers into the jumps. Lee Martin dropping back just a touch now. Darren Bloomfield's just got to keep on its ways. Time has expired, drivers. You will be finished as you cross the line. And here comes Darren Bloomfield to take the win in leg number 2, with Lee Martin coming in a very close second. And it's going to be Simon Moss taking 3rd. Here comes Tom Cockrell in 4. Tom Yardy in 5. Nathan Waters in 6. Then it's going to be Collinson, McGee and Cragg.